Grandfather's Recipe. Arash was a 10-year-old boy. He studied in 6th class. Although Arash was talented, he did not score as many marks in the exams as he should have, because his health was often poor. He had been suffering from indigestion since childhood. His stomach was often upset. His cupboard was full of bottles of different types of medicines, but none of the medicines were completely effective. This was the reason why Arash was very thin. His friends used to tease him by calling him Sinkiya Pehalwan. Arash also felt very sad after seeing his body. But what could be done? His parents had accepted defeat and remained silent. He had not even left any doctor in the city. During holidays, Arash went to his maternal home with his mother. Arash's grandfather used to go to some pilgrimage place situated in the lap of Himalayas every summer. He said that in this way, one gets relief from the scorching heat of the field. At the same time, there is also an opportunity for spiritual progress and reflection about oneself for 2 months in a year. If only material progress is made and spiritual progress is not made, then the person always remains incomplete and dissatisfied. This year, Arash's maternal grandfather was scheduled to go to Devprayag. Located at a distance of 71 kilometers from Rishikesh, this is a scenic place in Uttarakhand. Situated at the confluence of Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, this city is blessed with healthy climate and captivating views. Nanaji requested Arsh's mother to accompany him with Arsh. It is possible that Arash's health may improve somewhat by consuming the pure climate of the mountain. Arash's mother happily agreed. There was no limit to Arash's happiness. Whenever he went to any mountainous place, his mind was filled with immense joy after seeing the divine beauty of nature. One day, Arash, his mother and grandfather reached Devprayag. There, convenient arrangements were made for his stay in a dharamshala. Arash had come here for the first time. He was liking it very much. He liked the tall houses here, which are built on the high and low hills on the banks of Bhagirathi and Alaknanda. The very next day, grandfather announced, "You can overcome the fatigue of the journey in 2 days. After that, everyone will have to move regularly and systematically as per the fixed schedule." This was not new for Arash. He knew that grandfather's life was very disciplined. They do it all the time, like waking up, eating, sleeping, moving, etc. He used to say that it is necessary to have a regular daily routine for a happy and healthy life. He did not feel any kind of boredom in it. Rather, he felt happy when every work was completed on time. The very next day, Arash's grandfather set a daily routine for everyone. Nanaji would wake up at 4 o'clock. Arash and his mother would wake up at 5 o'clock. By 5 o'clock, after taking bath, Nanaji would sit down to do puja. When he would recite Gita in sweet voices, Arash's eyes would open. Without his mother's advice, he would give up laziness and get up early. By 6 o'clock, Arash and his mother would also take bath and get ready. By then, Nanaji would have finished the puja, and by that time, the rays of the sun would spread all around. Nanaji himself would do asana pranayam in the open space, and would also teach it to Arash. If Arash got tired, he would stop in between. Nanaji would keep doing exercises, asanas, pranayam, etc. for half an hour. After this, after coming home, they would rest for some time, and everyone would have breakfast at exactly 7 o'clock. Even breakfast was not available as per one's wish. The breakfast consisted of milk, soaked sprouted pulses, boiled gram, roasted pulses, soybean, fresh fruits, etc. After breakfast, Nanaji would go out for a walk with Arish. They would walk slowly around. He would introduce Arish to the place, the people and things around him. He would return home in half an hour. After coming home, he would rest for some time. Then grandfather would read good literature. He was very fond of studies. He had many life-building and knowledge-enhancing books. He used to say that the best books are idols of God. Worshipping them gives immediate results. They tell us the right path of life. It builds patience in difficulties, gives inspiration, light and joy. Nanaji had also bought many beautiful books and magazines of children's literature for Arish. Wherever he saw good books and magazines, he would definitely buy them. Both Nanaji and Arish would study for an hour. If he did not understand anything, Arish would ask Nanaji from time to time. While reading, Nanaji would also explain to Arish whatever he liked. Everyone takes food at 11 o'clock. The food would be easily digestible, nutritious, and less spicy. Chapati, rice, vegetables, pulses, curd, salad, etc. were the only food. Grandfather used to say that fried, spicy, heavy foods like mawa and sugar spoil the digestive power. Indigestion is the root of all diseases, hence eating more than required and eating fried foods. Both these things should be avoided. Arush had a habit of swallowing quickly, but Nanaji used to say that only food eaten with a calm and happy mind after chewing it is beneficial. Even in Arush, he got into the habit of eating slowly by chewing it. After eating, they all rested and slept. Would wake up by 2 o'clock, then drink tea and chat. Arish's maternal grandfather had been a major in the army. He used to talk so interesting and informative that both mother and son kept listening to him without losing their senses. He had a lot of information about various countries of the world, various places in his country, and military life. Arush resolved that when he grows up, he too would become a soldier and sacrifice himself for the motherland. In all this, it would have been 8 o'clock in the evening. The time from 4 to 5 o'clock was completely for Arush. Nanaji would teach him books related to the curriculum. Also those small stories of Arush, encouraged to write articles, memoirs, etc. He would make amendments in whatever Arush wrote. He sent some of them to newspapers and magazines. Arush's work was published for the first time in a local newspaper. Arush was elated after seeing him. All this was the result of Nanaji's inspiration and encouragement. Nanaji used to say that work done with determination and dedication always leads to success. From 4 to 5:30, everyone would cook and eat food together. As soon as the sun sets, they all go out for a walk. Sometimes he would see the various temples of Devprayag. Sometimes he would look towards the confluence of Alaknanda and Bhagirathi, and sometimes he would listen to the sermons of Mahatmas. Although Arush was young, he could not understand the sermons completely, but he tried to understand them as much as possible with a concentrated mind. He enjoyed sitting there very much. Nanaji often used to say that one can never get inner happiness and peace through material wealth. Only those who do self-contemplation, self-reflection, and self-refinement attain inner happiness and peace. Everyone would return home by 8 o'clock at night. Arush's mother would quickly heat the milk, and after drinking the milk, all the members would go to sleep by 9 o'clock. Thus the month passed. Arush said to Nanaji, "This time flew by with wings. I did not realize it at all." Nanaji started saying, "Time always runs fast. The past time never comes back. Therefore, the better they utilize their time, the more successful they become in life." After a few days, the time came for him to return. Arush did not feel like coming back from there. His mind was engrossed in the lofty mountain ranges and the glowing galaxy. Secondly, after coming here, his health also improved surprisingly. His mass had gone away due to medicines. He was also surprised as to how he got cured without medicines. When he expressed his doubt to Nanaji, he smiled and said, "Arush, the clean climate and natural environment here is a good medicine in itself. Most people think that good health can be achieved by medicines and eating expensive food, but it is their mistake to think all this. There are 3 important principles for good health: advanced thoughts, pure food, and regular exercise and rest." Arush clearly could not understand what Nanaji said. He started looking at them with questioning eyes. Nanaji then started explaining, "Contaminating the mind with lust, anger, greed, jealousy, dissatisfaction, etc., is an important internal reason for falling ill. Therefore, train your mind to think high and optimistic thoughts. It is important to eat food on time. We must eat to live, whereas the attitude is becoming that we live to eat. Remember it, good health cannot be bought with medicines and money. It is useless to even think of getting health by eating expensive things. This security depends on balanced thoughts, regular food, exercise, and labor. Only the one who maintains adjustment in these enjoys good health." Grandfather's words deeply influenced Arush. Why wouldn't he do it? He himself was seeing that, by following his instructions, he had attained the joy of health. The work which could not be done by medicines was completed by Nanaji's prescription. He had resolved that he would always follow all these teachings of Nanaji. He will protect the wealth of health he has acquired. Arush returned home after happily spending his holidays in the lap of Devprayag. Schools had opened. Arush started his studies with new enthusiasm. His companions were surprised to see his enthusiasm and red cheeks. Arush, who used to be a cheerful person, now used to participate in every task with enthusiasm. Friends used to ask, "Arush, what have you eaten on holidays?" Arush would laugh and say, "Nanaji's recipe." Arush still follows Nanaji's teachings completely. He keeps the mind happy and thinks good things. He wakes up early in the morning, exercises regularly, and participates in sports with interest. He takes utmost care while eating. Seeing the spicy things in the market, he remembers his grandfather's words, "Before eating, think whether it is necessary for you. Don't make your stomach a dustbin. Just put whatever comes to hand inside." Now Arush remains at the forefront, not only in his studies, but also in other school programs. He also helps his mother in household chores. Both his teachers and parents are happy with him.